smoked stewed oxtail. Just look at that. Just look at that. Yo, our best recipe. Stay tuned. You're going to love this one, man. And the gravy. And the gravy. Hey, hey. Stay tuned. Smoked stewed oxtail. So the first part, a little bit different than what we do in the Caribbean, but I'm adding my personal touch. I want to smoke the oxtail first, and this is an idea I got not from, well, this is not my recipe. Well, the recipe is mine, the idea isn't. Chef Chaz told me about this, the smoked oxtail that he did a while ago, so I thought, you know what, I'm gonna put my spin on things. So I've got 3 pounds of oxtail, thick, and I wish it would have been thicker, to be honest with you. Maybe 1.5 to 2 inches thick would have been better, but it is what it is. The fella at the Asian supermarket there where I got the oxtail, English isn't his forte, but anyhow, clean. So I trimmed off most of the fat that I could find, or if not all of the fat that I can find, and I washed it with the juice of 1 lemon and cool water. I pat them dry. Now, I know the average Trinbagonian or Caribbean person will say, well, Chris, what you're about to do, nah, we don't do it so, but hold on, we'll season later, don't worry too much, because right now, all we want is salt and black pepper on both sides, and then we're gonna go on to the smoker. Grab that salt, and just put it liberally all over the oxtail. I'm gonna do it on both sides, yeah? Just gonna grab some black pepper, and I'm just gonna put some black pepper all over that as well. And again, both sides, I'm just gonna pat that down. Yeah, my Traeger is set at 275, and I'm just gonna place, well, I did place the oxtail pieces onto the smoker here. And that's gonna go anywhere from 2.5 to 3 hours. I'm just gonna rotate them ever so often in case there's hot spots in here. And I know a lot of people are thinking, well, Chris, you use salt and black pepper. What if I wanted to use my favorite dry rub? Of course you can, but I wanna keep the flavor of the oxtail when it's all done uniquely Caribbean, so that's why I'm not using any sort of rubs on there. Later on you're going to see the different flavors that I'll be adding, but if it's something you want to do, because all I want to do right now is to, you know, add that kiss of smoke to the oxtail before we actually stew them. And it's been about 2.5 hours, so what I'm going to do, and I did rotate them, I did flip them. If you all remember, they were on the lower shelf. I brought them up here onto the higher shelf, and I've flipped them a couple times, yeah? 2.5 hours later, and you can see it's taking on that lovely color, but more importantly, it's taking on the smoke, that kiss of smoke that we want to sort of add a bit of depth, a bit of flavor to the finished oxtail. It's now time to braise it, so I'm going to go in with some olive oil, onion, garlic, pimento or allspice, black pepper, scallion, and a big bunch of thyme. And the whole idea is to soften up everything and start pulling out all of those. We lost a piece of thyme. Come here, little boy. What's wrong with this thing, boy? Anyhow, we're just trying to soften up everything and bring out all those flavors. Full list of ingredients. So I know you're wondering, well, Chris, that's a lot of ingredients you went in there with, but you didn't tell us exactly how. Head over to CaribbeanPot.com as always. The printable recipe with step-by-step instructions and full list of ingredients will all be found there. So what we're going to do, I'm turning my heat down to medium-low. I'm just going to sweat this down for about 3 minutes, and then we'll continue without risking burning the garlic. The onion edges are taking on some color. The kitchen is smelling incredible, by the way. Even the scent from that pimento berries or allspice. Yeah, man, it's just perfuming the entire house. This is where we'll continue. It's now time to add the smoked oxtail to the pot. And what I like about smoking the oxtail, plus, if you all recall, I mentioned that I trimmed off most of the fat. In smoking it for that hour, 2 hours and 2 to 2.5 hours or so, it has rendered out most of the fat. Oxtail can be a pretty fatty dish when you buy it at the local Caribbean restaurants, yeah? So in this case here, yeah boy, we're making it sort of a healthier version by removing or getting rid of most of that fat. A bit more salt, ginger, tomato. You need that acidity in there. Balance means some brown sugar, a couple bay leaves, your favorite hot pepper. As it so happens, I have habanero, some tomato ketchup, and of course some Caribbean browning. Scrape that all in, and again I'm going to hit that a rinse just to get most of that out of there. A little stir, 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 stir. Now the sort of flavors I want to get out of this, we started with the smoke, which in my humble opinion adds a lovely depth of flavor. The second sort of flavor I want is these flavors that you see there, that rich Caribbean sort of, our grandparents pass it down to us with the thyme, the ginger, the garlic, the bay leaf, the pimento berries, the little habanero pepper in there for that little kick. And I also want to add, well, not necessarily add, but fortify the beef flavor. So I'm going in with beef stock, you know, something mommy and them would not have used in doing this recipe. But again, they would not have smoked it either. So what we want to do now is turn the heat up, and we're going to bring this up to a boil. We're going to reduce it to a simmer, and all we got to do now is let that go until, you know, it's tender. It's going to take a while. Yeah, it's going to take a while. Now if you wanted to do exactly what I just did there in one of those foil pans on the grill, you can certainly do that as well. It's totally up to you. I'm going to bring this up to a boil. We're going to reduce, let it go nice and slow, low and slow. I know some people thinking, well, Chris, this is going to be a long recipe. Yes, you are correct. It is a long recipe. If you wanted to employ the use of a pressure cooker, you can go ahead. Mommy warned us, pressure cooker does explode and blow up and kill people and mash up people, old boathouse and all kind of thing like that. And by the way, if your butcher shop fooled you into buying kangaroo instead of oxtail, you see that beef broth, that beef stock we put in there, that will add back the beef flavor. I'm gone. In about 3 or 4 minutes, it will come up to a boil. I reduced it. Yeah, so it's going to be on a simmer. I'm going to turn it down just a little bit lower, and I'm going to grab the lid. Excuse me. I'm going to put the lid on, but slightly ajar, just with a crack there for it to breathe. And this will take at least 2 to 3 hours. So yeah, low and slow. If you think it needs, you don't need to add more beef stock or beef broth. I would say add more water if you wanted to add, if it needs more liquid. 3.5 hours later, and here we are. I did end up adding another 1.5 cups of water. So 4 cups of that beef stock and 1.5 cups of water. It is almost to the point where I want it as far as being as tender as I need it to be. So at this point, the bay leaf, the ginger, yeah, all those things has just done, it's served its purpose. Yeah, I'm just removing that. You have the option now to sort of personalize it to the way you want it, as tender as you want it. I'm gonna go another 20 minutes or so. I just want to make sure this thing is fork tender, falling off the bone tender. So I'm going to go just a little bit more, and in doing so, I will also reduce the consistency of the gravy. Now, if you want it, you can, once it's tender and it has the amount of salt to your liking, what you can do is remove the pieces of oxtail, yeah, nice big pieces, as you know, you saw earlier. Remove the pieces of oxtail and go in with a hand blender, one of those hand blenders, and puree the sort of sauce or the gravy. And what that will do is all the pieces of onion and tomato and everything else will break up and give you a nice smooth gravy. What I would do though is try to get all of the pimento seeds or berries out before, if you're going that route. What I'm going to do is reduce this down on its own. So I'm going to turn up the heat and I'm going to reduce this down to the sort of consistency that I want it to be. So in total, 3 hours and 45 minutes it's been stewing down here, and this is exactly where I want it to be. I know this is going to thicken up just a bit further as well with the residual heat from the pot. So what I like doing, yeah, and this is totally optional, is a bit of parsley, and that's just to brighten it up a little bit with that parsley. Yeah, turn that down, give that a quick little stir just to brighten it up with that parsley, as I said there. Chris here, CaribbeanPod.com. I hope you all enjoyed this recipe, and I do hope you all get an opportunity to give this one a try. Nice big pieces of oxtail, yeah. And may I apologize during the video if I said oxtails. I do apologize for that. The word is oxtail. Another bay leaf there, and you gotta do that little licky lick. Anyhow, your boy going on talking with a little rice and peas, and I wish I had some mashed cassava instead, or a little, boy, there's so many options. I like this with mashed potato. I'll be honest with you. Anyhow, I do hope you all get an opportunity. It's a long recipe here. We took a while to get here, but it is well worth it.